Hello, everyone, and Merry belated Christmas, and welcome to this Langer at the Mic live episode here. This late Christmas, post Christmas episode here, where we are going to preview the Dallas Cowboys versus Philadelphia Eagles matchup this coming Sunday. Just again, was really busy today on Christmas Day, delivering gifts to my family, visiting my family, and dropping gifts off to them. So yeah, so just hadn't had a chance to really shoot this stream or this preview show earlier today. And yeah, Christmas 2020 might be over right now. And honestly, I'm still really just feeling the fatigue and the satiety. What's the word? Like the satisfaction, I guess, and the fullness from Friday night dinner and I guess Christmas dinner. And but you know what is almost as awesome as Christmas? Having 10 hours of football wall to wall tomorrow on Saturday from 1 till 11:30, and then of course a full 10 hours in a row of football 1 till 11:30 on Sunday. So I'm really psyched for that. And with that being said, like I said, we're going to get into our Dallas Cowboys versus Philadelphia Eagles preview for this coming Sunday. The Cowboys at 5-9 are going up against the Eagles, who are I think where are they they're 4-9-1, 4-9-1. And really, honestly, the winner of this game will be in a great position to climb back into the lead or back into the race for the NFC East, especially if Washington loses. And the loser of this game will be in a great position to increase their draft position. So let's get into it. Oh, by the way, also shout out to my dad on his birthday. It is his birthday today on December 26th. So happy birthday, Dad. And I look forward to celebrating with you tomorrow. And yeah, now back to Cowboys Eagles. Just a quick disclaimer. Also, I have been wrong. I've been really bad at picking the Cowboys or picking Cowboys games in the last 5 weeks. I lost four or picked incorrectly in four of the last five Cowboys games. So let's see if we get it right this week. But as usual, if you enjoy my commentary, then give me a big thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel, give me a follow on Twitter at Mike Langer and on Instagram at Mike Langer as well. But yeah, here is why the Dallas Cowboys will beat the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow in week 16, or sorry, on Sunday in week 16 at Jerry World. And that is because of turnovers. Yes. Do I want that to happen? Not really. The more likely outcome at this point is the Cowboys will need a lot of help from the Washington football team in order to make the playoffs, in order to win the NFC East or least. And, given that the more likely scenarios that the Cowboys will miss the playoffs, really I'm still hoping for the higher draft pick. But with that being said, the Cowboys, if they win out and the Washington football team loses out, the Cowboys will win the NFC East, and it's still going to happen somehow. So this is a really big game for the players and the coaching staff in terms of their ability to win the NFC East. But anyway, back to turnovers though. The Cowboys have forced 7 turnovers in the last 2 games. They forced 4 against San Fran. They forced it was 3 in the first 3 possessions against Cincinnati, and they even forced 1 against Baltimore. So I think it's 8 turnovers in the last 3 games. And surely they're against bad teams. The Bengals aren't a really good team. The Niners right now, they're just a really banged up and they're just a really banged up team. But the Eagles are also not a very good team at 4-9-1. So something's got to give here. And I just think turnovers with defenses, I mean, we've seen it with this Dallas defense over the last decade, really, where, they go through long stretches of not being able to generate turnovers or takeaways on the defensive side, right? They just can't buy a turnover, but then all of a sudden, they seem to come in bunches at times. All of a sudden they're forcing fumbles. All of a sudden they're getting, they're in the good positions for interceptions. They're getting their hands on tip balls and they're catching them for interceptions. So I really think it's with a lot of defenses, you see it a lot of the time. It's a streaky type of thing generating turnovers. So I think it's going to continue against Philly here, and especially with Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts is a better option for Philly than Carson Wentz, at least this year, because Carson Wentz is one of the worst, is probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL this year. And so it was good that they finally made the move to Jalen Hurts, but obviously Philly's going to be in a pickle and a half dealing with that Carson Wentz contract, but that could be another story. But for this game now, so Jalen Hurts had a really good game against Arizona in terms of passing the ball. He threw for 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards. He had a decent game managing the game against the Saints a couple weeks ago for that win, even though his numbers weren't staggering. I think he threw 1 touchdown, no picks, and about 180 or so yards in that win against the Saints. And he's only thrown 1 interception since taking over the starting position in that Green Bay game from Carson Wentz. But he does have 4 fumbles in 3 games. I think he lost 1 or 2 of them, but yeah, still 4 fumbles in the last 3 games, and he has not completed over 56% of his passes in the last 3 games, again since taking over for Carson Wentz. So the Cowboys have a very good chance to force Jalen Hurts and that Eagles offense into another handful of turnovers, and I just think that will be again enough to lead Dallas to victory, as it has in the last 2 games. Philly, though, their best chance to win is letting Miles Sanders run wild against the Cowboys' awful run defense, which is still one of the worst one of the worst defenses against the run in the NFL in 2020. And also keep in mind that Jalen Hurts has been really good running the ball as well in the last few games. He had over 100 yards rushing in that win against the Saints. So again, the Eagles have a very good chance to control the game with Jalen Hurts running the ball and Miles Sanders running the ball, of course. And that should be their way to go. And they should force Jalen Smith to make plays, because we all know that Jalen Smith will surrender at least one big player, have one really bad moment on film every single week. Last week it was him taking a terrible angle trying to tackle Jordan Reed on that big 3rd down pickup. The week before, it was him turning off his block the completely wrong way with Samaje Perine running right up the middle. And the week before, I think that was the Baltimore game, or no, that was Leighton Vander Esch, who just took the completely wrong gap. But anyway, Jalen Smith every single week seems to have a really, really bad moment on film. So the Eagles should definitely look to take advantage of that. And especially since the Cowboys are also going to be missing Leighton Vander Esch in this game. I think it's due to a high ankle sprain, and Xavier Woods as well. So although I don't know if Xavier Woods matters as much, because Donovan Wilson being back is huge for the Cowboys defense with that physical edge that he brings, and the fact that he also had an interception last game. He forced 2 fumbles against the Vikings, and just Donovan Wilson has been a really good player on this Cowboys defense in 2020. But missing Leighton Vander Esch will definitely hurt this Cowboys defense. But what about the Dallas offense though? So again, I think the defense will be able to generate turnovers. They'll give up plays in the run game, but they'll be able to generate their turnovers. Well, what about the Dallas offense? Now, keep in mind the Cowboys last time they played the Eagles, when the Eagles beat the Cowboys. Eagles, nice. It's late at night, so give me a break. But yeah, when the Eagles beat the Cowboys 23-9 on Sunday Night Football in Week 8, the Cowboys had Ben DiNucci starting at quarterback. Just keep that in mind. They had Ben DiNucci starting at quarterback. So having Andy Dalton in this game will definitely help Dallas, at least compared to that Week 8 game. They do have Darius Slay and his ability to slow down or neutralize Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, or whoever's going to line up on the outside. But then again, Dalton could still look for CeeDee Lamb or Gallup, or even Dalton Schultz in the middle, or even maybe Cedric Wilson, although he hasn't been as effective since Dak got hurt, because Cedric Wilson was a really good 4th or 5th option in the passing game back when Dak was healthy. But and I don't know if we should be sleeping on Cedric Wilson, but anyway. So the Cowboys and Dalton, right? On offense, they will have opportunities to move the ball. And I also think that the Eagles match, however, though, like the Eagles, by the way, on defense, they are average. Like they're in terms of yardage, they're perfectly in the middle of the pack in the NFL. So they're perfectly average on defense. I think their best matchup will be Brandon Graham, Barnett, and Malik Jackson and Fletcher Cox against the Dallas offensive line. Although Fletcher Cox might not be playing due to a neck injury, so that's something to look out for. And also the Dallas offensive line has been much better of late. But yeah, just on outside of Darius Slay and that defensive line, Eagles linebackers kind of and Jalen Mills at safety, outside of Darius Slay and that defensive line, Eagles linebackers kind of And Jalen Mills at safety has been okay, though. I think he's been a decent player at safety for the Eagles. But still the Cowboys, I think, will be able to move ball well enough. And Zeke might miss another game, but that could actually be a good thing. Obviously, not hoping for injuries for Zeke, but I'm saying in terms of the fact that the Cowboys seem to have unlocked Tony Pollard, and I think he'll have another big game. And while a lot of people, I saw on Twitter, a lot of people were saying, yeah, if you take away that big run that Tony Pollard had in the fourth quarter, he was only averaging like 2.5 yards a carry or something. But you know what? You got to count that big run because Tony Pollard, that's part of his game. He has that ability to break a game open and take one to the house like that. Unlike Ezekiel Elliott in 2020, who has only 2 carries of over 20 yards in, I think it's like 3 or 4 times the amount of carries that Tony Pollard has. I think Tony Pollard has like 70 something carries and Zeke is like at 250. So again, you do the math for yourself on that one. But yeah, I think Tony Pollard will definitely have another opportunity to have a big game, even if Zeke is playing, because if Zeke is banged up, then they'll probably give Tony Pollard some more carries in that case. But the bottom line, like I said, I think the Dallas Cowboys turnover streak on defense will continue in this one. Donovan Wilson, like I said, will be just playing, will maybe force another fumble, maybe be in a good position for another interception. And even though they're going to be missing Leighton Vander Esch and Xavier Woods, they will have Cheeto Awuzie, Anthony Brown, and Trayvon Diggs. Cheeto Awuzie, I think, played low-key a really, really good game against San Fran. Just didn't give up a lot of plays. I mean, obviously, he didn't have any interceptions. I don't know if he even really had a clear pass breakup, but just every time they threw at him, he was in really good position, really good coverage. And I just think that he is the best corner on the Cowboys right now, the most steady cornerback on the Cowboys right now. I'm talking about Cheeto Awuzie. So, and while Philly, I think in this game will still have a good balanced offensive performance, the fact that they'll run the ball well, they'll pass the ball okay. I just think that the turnovers will prove to be costly. They'll turn the ball over 2 or 3 times, and they will not be able to overcome that. And the Cowboys on offense will be able to make enough plays to win. So give me a Cowboys 27-24 win, the final. And honestly, I'm not going to talk too much about draft position or the division race, because as someone that has been cheering for the tank in recent weeks, like just with Dak being out and the fact that I saw this as a lost season ever since really Dak went out, and especially half the starters on offense have been banged up and injured. So I've been cheering for the tank, honestly. And as you know, if you've been following my videos here, but again, I don't want to get my hopes up in either direction. So I will say, though, the Carolina-Washington game at 4:30, also at 4:30, as the Cowboys game is happening, will be absolutely huge. And the Cowboys fans need to be cheering for Carolina in that game, because if Carolina wins, that helps both in terms of the division and for draft position. And also Houston is playing Cincy, so one of them is going to win, which is really good, again, in terms of draft position. So let's just see what happens. I think the Chargers also play the Broncos, which will also potentially help draft position as well. But yeah, honestly, I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm just looking forward to having a nice, relaxing weekend of watching football all day tomorrow, watching football all day on Sunday, and obviously getting a workout in or two and spending quality time with the family as well here in Montreal. Hence my little makeshift studio here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And once again, I wish you guys a belated Merry Christmas and still a very happy holidays. And soon we'll be saying Happy New Year with every video. We got the World Juniors, Canada at the World Juniors happening right now, just underway. I think the U.S. actually lost to Russia today. But anyway, maybe I'll make a video on that. We'll see. But yeah, just Merry belated Christmas, Happy Holidays. As usual, give a big thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a follow at Mike Langer, both on Twitter and Instagram. And thank you so much for watching this Dallas Cowboys versus Eagles Week 16 preview here on Langer at the Mike Live. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.